It's a new pack kind of day. Good morning, an early start today just to beat the heat. We're doing 23 kilometres today of the longer courses. By the time you get to this park for the 50k runners, you'll have about 6k's in your legs. 100k runners will have about 60k's, and the 100-mile runners will be at about 120k's. So we're near the start line actually, but you would have left the aquatic centre, and then you're going to come across the road to this park here, and that's where we're going to start this journey today. And soon after this park we're going to be on cliff top track. View of Katoomba Falls. Good morning, Mount Solitary. Good morning. 'Tis nice to see you. Glimpse of the Three Sisters. Good morning. So just know that this section is taking you from Katoomba past Lura into Wentworth Falls and Queen Victoria Hospital. I'm not going to give you blow-by-blow directions on how to follow this route for the race, only because there's a lot of kind of track closures and works and landslides which can change your race route slightly. But just know that you'll be going on lots of stairs. You'll be going up and down across the valley, and it will involve stairs. So it may look a little bit different from one year to the next, but if there's stairs, they'll find the stairs and they'll make you go on it. Alright, so coming to Echo Point. Oh, good morning, Mr. Magpie. So if you're lucky, you get a lovely clear view. Mount Solitary, the Three Sisters. Good morning, sisters. Oh, hello. Bit of a drop there. Beautiful. So we're running around, and then we're going to drop down giant stairs just the other side of the sisters there. Go and catch Mr. Duff. Just walking up from Echo Point there. There's some toilets here if you need them. This is one of those examples where the route might change. So in the 2024 iteration of the event, you couldn't go down giant stairs, but the actual course does take you down giant. Well, this is about 900 and something odd stairs, just like straight down. So it's pretty cool. You're not just looking at the Three Sisters from the lookout, you're right alongside them. Just a little drop over here. Woohoo! For those that like heights. And we're descending down into the valley. I spoke in a previous video about for the last 22k's of having your quads ready to be able to run that kind of 10 to 12 kilometres downhill. So just to put it in context, you're going to have had a lot of kilometres like this in your legs where you're just running straight downhill. So this also has a massive impact on your quads. So the preparation around getting your quads ready for all those downhills and having them strong is supremely important, because it's not just about the downhills in that section, it's about everything that kind of leads up to that point as well. Alright, the base of giant stairs, so we're going left, Dardanelles Pass, and heading towards Lura Forest. We did check the closures before we started. Good to go. Did someone say enchanted forest? Can you hear the birds? Depending on the race course, you might find that you could come down here and some of the faster 100-kilometre runners might be coming through. And I remember the first year I did this, it was a bit confusing, but there was a marshal down here just to make sure that we went the right way. But this is the bit of the course that there might be a bit of a just a very small overlap with people. Adventure man. Ever wondered what a streamlet was? This would be a streamlet. Okay, so this was that little junction that I've previously spoken about, where the final 22 kilometres you're going to come up from here. We've just come up from here. You got this fern bower track. So the top of this track's actually closed at the moment, but the race only takes you part way through, and then we head towards the amphitheatre track. So if you're thinking that you hadn't seen any stairs for a wee bit, don't fret, I found some more. But look at this, you get to go alongside a waterfall. Beautiful. Can't not be happy about this. So there's just a bit of an evidence of a landslide. So sort of gives you an idea of how the environment here can change very quickly, and another reason why the route for these courses might change. So keep that flexibility in your mind rather than expect it to be a particular way. You'll be diverted around any potential risks, because at the end of the day we want everyone to have fun and complete safely. Look at me going upstairs talking. Power of nature, eh? You see all the stairs? It just amazes me how much nature can change the track. Like, I've been on this so many times, but it's clear all the impact of the weather events and the movements within nature. Now down the bottom I mentioned that there's some track closures up through here, but the race actually takes us around to the right towards Lura Cascades. How are you liking the stairs, Wayno?
Yep.
Love them?
Good as I remember.
Yeah, don't worry, there'll be more. There'll be more to come. So we were at the top of the valley, then we're at the bottom of the valley. Now we're part way up the valley, so you're getting the idea. Ooh, you just get little glimpses of views along the way. Beautiful. I think everybody has a part of nature that, or a little pocket of nature that really resonates with them, and this is coming up to one of mine. I just love this little bit coming down here. So this is the amphitheatre track. I don't know, you just come into the forest. You can see why it was named amphitheatre track. Like hello. Like, look at this. I don't even know whether you can get the gravity of it all, but it's just stunning. Come down here a little bit more. So much to see. But onward we must go. They come up alongside Lura Cascades. Wooden stairs. From Katoomba to Lura. Now we're heading towards Wentworth Falls. About 6 k's in from when we started at that park. So lots of stairs. Did I mention that there were a lot of stairs in this section? Because if I didn't, it might be time to highlight that there are a lot of stairs in this section. So many different types. So I think this highlights an important point of knowing a bit about the course that you're going to run. If you look at the elevation profile, it doesn't look too bad through here. You sort of think it might be a bit more runnable. But then when you put it in the context of it's essentially stringing all the stairs. Oh, I think we're getting the cobwebs first this morning. It's all about stringing all the stairs together. Then that changes how, you know, the training and how you might approach this section. So get to know your course. And cement stairs, stepping stones. Shout out to all the people that make these amazing bridges. Good job. So you can see up until now we've largely kind of been down, or mostly down in the valley, and now we sort of come up to a more exposed area. So this might impact how you manage your gear. If it's, and depending on what weather it is, it can be quite windy here. So you might find that you're popping something a little bit warmer on, especially if it's into the evening up here, but then you might not have needed it down there because it's a little bit more sheltered. Or if you're a 50k runner, and I mean it is going to be winter, but in the morning it can be a little bit warmer up here because the rocks trap the heat. So it does change. So become familiar with your gear in training, and know where you keep like your waterproof jacket, things like that, your buff, something for your head if you get cold, or gloves. I tend to wear arm warmers for this race, so I can just pull them up and down depending on the temperature at the time. Given it's May, the Australian winter here, I tend to sort of keep them on. I don't ever take them completely off, just up and down throughout the day, just to regulate my temperature. But find out what's best for you. Just an example of having to be flexible, especially if you come here in training, that the route might change because of track closures. So we're just taking a slight diversion. We're just going a slightly different way right now. Then we'll get back on course. A lot of work's going on here. I think we've passed at least two sets of toilets along the way, Echo Point and here. Where is this Gordon Falls Reserve? It's nice, isn't it? Where are you? Ah, do you remember this section well when you did the UTA 50 last year?
No, not really.
You blocked it from your memory? Is it because it was easy and you were well trained and you were like ready and pumped?
Probably, yeah. Yep.
I will say, for those doing the longer distances, after that first half, that front loop, there's actually a really nice change of tempo, using slightly different muscles, very different trails, different for the sensors, different for the muscles. It's not boring. Hey Wayne, I found a runnable bit. Woo! Let's go. Not bad. Not bad. Guys, a little bit of road. Oh, it's a bit bright, isn't it? Right, so I just want to get everyone up to speed of what we've learnt so far. So in that first video, if you've watched that, of the 22 kilometre course, or the final 22 Ks for the longer distances, you learn about eccentric loading on your muscles and the value of really training your quads to prepare for the downhill sort of slaughter that they're about to face. In the narrow neck video, you learnt about the value of pacing at the start of a race, how excited you might be, you're tapered, there's a lot of adrenaline going through, and it's really important that you have a pacing strategy and you set you set it up early and you follow it, because it will pay dividends down the track. And today we've learnt about really getting to know your course. So on the elevation profile it might look like this section's quite runnable, but it's full of stairs. So try and get to some trail stairs if you can. If you can't and you've got some local stairs near, you might be doing some stair reps. In the past I've done step ups on coffee tables. Whatever you need to do to get yourself stair ready. Alright, so I've been on the road just for a wee bit and we sort of head towards Fairmont Resort. So don't go to the golf course. Just before you get to the main building here, there's a driveway around to the right. Again, it'll be signposted, but we're essentially going behind Fairmont. And then down here in the grassed area, they usually have a aid station. This is where the aid station usually is for all your needs. Get them quickly, don't dwell, and onward we go. Since Fairmont, it's been a little bit more runnable, or you could flow a little bit better, heading towards Conservation Hut. So you can see how if you've got your pacing right, by the time you get past Fairmont, you know, these can be some easy kilometres that you can tick over, providing you've got your quarters ready and done everything else right. But you can just see how it's changed from that sort of that forest kind of really steep climbing and descending to this over a canyon. How deep that is. Pretty cool. This is the Empress Canyon that we're crossing. A lot of the canyoners sort of come here and head down there, and that'll take you to below that bridge that I just showed you. But in the race we cross over like Wenu. Right. And then we found some more stairs. Excellent. Ooh. Don't miss the turn off, guys. Ooh. 28,172, 173, 174, 28,170. Just going to say it. It's a good thing this race is in winter. Rightio, so coming up to Conservation Hut. We are about just over 15 kilometres from when we started at the park. There are toilets here. There's not an aid station here though. Toilets, there's usually sort of people around here cheering you on. Put a little spring in your step. Toilets and Conservation Hut. Okay, so we're leaving Conservation Hut. Shortcut track. But again, this may change on race day, but current course is coming down here. Over cliff track. This is a nice little one. Look at this. Come with me. Just constantly changing, and it's beautiful the night time through here if you're coming through here a bit later in the day. So we're around the Wentworth Falls area now, and there's a little turn here that you don't want to miss. Across the waterfall here. You cross this and then rather go straight ahead, there's this left-hand turn near where the lizard is on. So we're not going straight ahead, we're going left. Left, towards King's Tableland Road, going up. Yeah, I made the mistake in training once of going straight ahead there and ended up down a whole bunch of stairs I didn't kind of need to do, but anyway, you only make that mistake once. So heading towards Hordern Road. So this is just a nice little steep pitch for us. How you feeling, Wayne?
Oh, it's a bit underdone.
Yeah. Plenty of time to get ready for the race. Don't fret. Plenty of time. Heading towards Lincoln Rock. So the good news is that's it for stairs for a little while now, until you get towards the end of your race. So we're heading towards Queen Vic now, and then if you watch that final 22k video, you'll see that you'll run through the valley all the way to the end, Katoomba Valley, until you start getting to Federal Pass, and that's where you'll hit some stairs again. But hopefully by now you're feeling okay, you've left something in the tank. So if you're about a 14:30 hour runner, and depending on your wave start, you might have been able to do all of this in the daylight. You might be just sort of starting to cut it close to put your head torch on. Lincoln Rock car park. It's a nice tourist spot. Done a lot of work around here. It looks pretty good. More spots for cars. So go to a road section, so you might be asked to put your high-vis vest on just around the corner here, safety reasons, but check out the race rules. Hordern Road. So yep, on a road that won't be closed. So be careful. Turning down Coronation Road. So we're coming to the end of this street. Essentially, you take the trail, you can sort of see the trail through here, and that just hugs alongside the road, the drive into Queen Victoria Hospital. So you're on your way. I'll mark down the bottom how much longer you've got to go. Our journey is going to end here today because we've got to get back on foot, but down in front of you, Queen Vic awaits, so you might have crew or friends. Even if you don't, the vibe there is pretty cool. It'll really lift your spirits and get you going for that last 22 kilometres. It's a bit of a rough track from here to Queen Vic. It's quite rutted in places, but you know, we're trail runners, so we get that done. Right, so just a quick summary. Lots of stairs in that section. Make sure you prepare with your training in terms of being strong enough to cope with the stairs, and leave a little something in the tank for what's to come. Anyway, you got a lot of K's in your legs up until here, so you know, still got a long way to go. Check out the 22 kilometre video of what's sort of in store for you at the end of this little track that I've just showed you. Till next time, bye. Now we've got to work out how to get back, Wayne.
Yeah, quick way.
Uber? Train?